So I am at CJ's having my breakfast, and I've just remembered that we have been doing a series on ways in which organizations and individuals are able to protect themselves from external and internal cyber attacks from whichever angle that they might come. And we were particularly this week we were focusing on free, or rather public, Wi-Fi resources. So I was here and I realized that yesterday my team did a post on how free is free, and if it's free, what does that mean for you and to you, so that you guys can see me clearly. Anyway, as I was saying, nothing is truly free in this world, and from a hacker's perspective, I will explain why. See, if it's free, it means your data is the product. Your data is what they are going for, or what they are targeting. Your browsing habits, your cache data. If you've ever noticed, some of these Wi-Fi, or rather public Wi-Fi access points that are available, the minute you you try to access them, the first thing that they want you to do is to submit some sort of personal data. It might be your phone, your name, your phone number, or your name, or even your email address. And some of them go to the extent of saving this data. They all do, but some of them actually save this data and they go to the extent of selling it. I'm not saying all of them do this, but I'm saying a few. I've had a few clients who had an instance of data breaches based on the employee went to Java with their office laptop, logged into SIM, they logged in to their Wi-Fi. It was a few 3 years back. And then later they had cases where they had to more or less, for lack of a better word, I would use the term disinfect most of their office machinery, because they realized that they were using more than necessary resources, and there was not that of a big organization. Because hacking is not necessarily about stealing data. Hacking can also be a matter of controlling the available resources available on a particular device. For example, I can place Encrypt or an internal code that I'm able to use your computer resources, provided it's connected online, to do a few things here and then, maybe mine crypt or something. But that is not the point of this topic today. I have to tell you a bit. Let me take us back. So you're having your breakfast. You're having your breakfast at your favorite spot, and they have Wi-Fi access. So is it a good idea for you to connect to that or not? The answer is in two folds. It's good and it's bad, because in the grand scheme of things, nothing is really good and nothing is really bad. It depends on where your energies lie at the end of the day. The positive side is it's free, right? It's free. It's accessible to you, to me, to everyone else. The fact that it's free, it means that you can do whatever you feel like you need to do with it. You can access your mobile banking apps, you can access your intimate applications in your device. You know what I mean when I talk about that. That is your WhatsApps, your Telegrams, your Google accounts. You can do all that through this particular free resource. I'm not refuting that. However, what you're giving out, which is now the negative side as I combine these two sets, is what you're giving out is your data, you're giving out your browsing habits, you're giving out your cookies. And that is what we need as hackers. We just need those cookies, man. We just need once they're in it. But my point is, always be careful whenever you have access, you are in these places, like where I am, for example. Avoid as much as possible using your phone connected to these free Wi-Fi's. Because nothing is technical, is truly free. So if you're willing to give out what I've just said, the few tidbits that I've just spoken about, then you're willing to compromise yourself in that manner, or if you don't have anything to hide. But imagine for someone like I, who's here right now, if I really wanted to do some malice, I will just connect to this Wi-Fi, and when you click yes and I have logged in, I'm able to access all those files. Actually, I'll do this. If you want, we're going to do, from next week, we're going to do a live demonstration of how we're able to access all these data points through these public Wi-Fi access points. So stay tuned, subscribe to MAST Academia, and you should be able to witness us do whatever we're talking about. And of course, this is strictly for educational purposes. I cannot stress that we're not trying to make you to create fear or anything. We're just simply trying to show you possibilities, or rather make you aware that these other side of the world exists. You see, unlike other who call themselves activists, we want everyone to be their own activist. We want you to protect yourself from yourself, and that's why we're doing all this tutorial. So allow me to finish my breakfast, Next week, we're going to drop that video, that real life hacking example of what we're able to do once we access devices through public Wi-Fi. Okay. And let me just show you something. Let me just quickly flip my screen so that I can show you something. Okay. So I'm here working on something, just trying to fix something. And as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that. All those are all the available Wi-Fi access points. This is mine, of course. This is my phone. I have connected to my phone. I will let you know why. Because again, we're going to talk about good practices that you can take from a personal level to protect yourself. The first step is, of course, always pay for whatever you need. For example, Wi-Fi, buy bundles if you have to connect when you're in public. It's always advisable. Then we have the CJ's hotspot, and then we have a globe here, we have some tail, we have some tipping, and then there's this. We see this guest never connect to such a Wi-Fi. Never do that. At least the ones that are protected, they have the illusion that they're secured. So that at least there's a layer of security to that. So always try as much as possible to avoid free things. Avoid as much as possible free things. So as I was saying, if you cannot connect to your own data point, don't do it. Avoid as much as possible to do it. And if you have to, especially if you're on your phone, be careful of the kind of applications you access. And the minute you are done with that particular hotspot, forget the connection. There's that option to forget so that it doesn't auto-connect every time you're near a particular radius of the building. Always ensure you do that as well. So this has been this has been your CEO from MAST Academia. If you need more tips of how to stay safe online, follow us and we shall be with you.